So I wanted to do a video about the experience of losing your hair during cancer treatment. So it's pretty inevitable. They say that there's an option of using a cold cap treatment, but I don't know. Pretty much the cold cap treatment, if it works, is wearing this like cap on your head, and I'm not entirely sure, I'm guessing from the name that it's like freezing cold or like very, very cold, and it chills your hair follicles while you're doing chemo so you don't end up losing your hair potentially. But I've seen a lot of things that people do, it's like they still get thinning, and then what's the point? Like, you may as well just let it go. And I never really had an ego attached to my hair. It'll grow back, like it's clearly grown back. So when before I started chemo, I had like 2 weeks maybe during all of the tests and collecting everything before I started. So I decided that I wanted to kind of like take control back of the situation. So I organized a morning tea and like a fundraiser kind of thing. So I reached out to a friend of my husband at the time, his like family friend. She was a hairdresser who had gone through, I believe it was Hodgkin's. She'd gone through her own cancer experience very recently to that, like within like a year, 2 years. So I reached out to her to see if, and she's a hairstylist, if she was able to cut my hair at the morning tea so I'd be able to donate it, because my hair, I'll add photos, but my hair was like ridiculously long, like to the bottom of my back. Probably more out of laziness than anything. I just never really cared to get haircuts, and I didn't mind having long hair, and I kind of always had long hair since I was a kid. So anyway, it was very healthy, hadn't been dyed, very long, very thick, and yeah, I just thought that it would be better off to donate it before I had any chemo treatment, and like the hair was like, the structure of the hair was degraded or the quality was like poisoned or anything, you know. So anyway, I did that. I looked up a foundation in Australia that made wigs for children who were going through their own illness battles, and my hair met all the requirements of length, and I think it was just length. I think that was the only requirement. So I organized a morning tea, and I had like a collection of friends, family, work people, whatever it was at the time. And yeah, Jess ended up, so she put my hair into plaits. I think there was like 4 plaits, and then one of my girlfriends cut a plait. My dad, like, I don't know, I'll see if I can find the video, but he attempted to cut it, but he ended up just hacking at it. And I can't remember who else cut one at the time. Anyway, so we had the plaits ready to donate, and then she gave me an amazing haircut, and it was the first time that I'd ever had like a short haircut, and I really, really like loved it. She did an amazing job. Anyway, so I had that haircut for a whole, I don't know, 3 weeks maybe, before I decided to shave my head. So also with the fundraiser, we ended up raising a fair amount of money. I think it was like just shy of $10,000, which was crazy at the time. But yeah, I ended up donating it all to Peter Mac, which was where I was getting treatment. So yeah, so then at Peter Mac, they have, can't remember exactly what it's called. Maybe it's called a wellness center, or they have their own hairstylist center, and there is a wellness center. I can't remember. I'm not sure. But anyway, they have this little room that you can go to, and it's volunteer led, and they have like shavers, razors, and they cut your head off, and then they do like a wig fitting, and you can try on, they have like a wig library that you can borrow 1 or 2 weeks. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was like at least 1 week. So I went with 2 of my girlfriends, and we just had a really good morning about it. The woman that was there was absolutely lovely. And yeah, like, I think in the scenario when everything's been taken away from you and you're, concerned about your survival, for just like overall, it just like takes over everything. And then obviously losing your hair, and a lot of people kind of identify with that as part of their looks, I suppose. And I thought at the time that was it felt great for me to be able to control that when everything else was spiraling out of control. And that was just one aspect that I was able to really own. So we went there, shaved my head, tried some wigs on, and it was really fun. It was a really light, happy experience. I really enjoyed it. I have quite fond memories of that. But in the end, I never wore the wig. I just felt like once I actually, I really digged the bald head and then short hair after that, once it started growing in. It was like just so free. Like, you can feel the air in your hair all the time. Your head could breathe. I loved it. To be fair, I'm probably not going to go back to that anytime soon. I do like having long hair, but at the time I did embrace it. And when I would put the wig on, I just found it was like suffocating. I didn't like the I don't know. I've never really enjoyed wearing hats. I don't wear beanies. I don't like things like claustrophobic on my head. The wig didn't work, but the sentiment of it is lovely. So yeah, definitely, if you're getting treatment there, or if there's if you're getting treatment or whatever hospital, maybe just feel free to let them know that there's another hospital that has these services, and maybe they'd like to add it to their hospital, because it really was a very sweet service to have there during a really hard time. And so I think overall it really was about taking the control, something that I was able to control, and taking full accountability and ownership of that made me feel a little bit less spiraling out of control during the situation. Some people don't feel that way. I think sometimes it may seem really overwhelming, but again, perspective. Given the situation, you can't control many things, but that's one thing you can be proactive about. Yep, that's essentially what I wanted to talk about for hair during chemo.